be taking up space. See my broski lose his heart when he was fighting that case. Took so many yells, I'm not going back to those days. I'ma treat you how you treat me, do you like how it tastes? Shawty, use up, can't treat you like my ace. I got way too many problems to be worried, I'm straight. Me and Craig had to watch for the Jakes. On the road, this crazy, I get 80 a show. Say my money, stack it up, it look like I'm foreign cars, driving fast, I never done this before.
Okay, Coach, EA Sports coverage of the NFL playoffs brings us to the Pacific Northwest, the home of the 12s, as it's called, CenturyLink Field in Seattle. Coming up, it's the final game of Wild Card Weekend, and we've got a good NFC matchup in store between the Minnesota Vikings and the Seattle Seahawks. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
Let's go double count right here, double count. Tight double guys, 4 down.
A handoff to Harris to begin the drive. And he goes nowhere. He'll lose yardage back at the 17. Call it officially a loss of 2 on the first play from scrimmage. Second down.
At the 17-yard line.
First play of the drive goes the wrong way. Here's second and 12.
Alert. Slap. Undercrush. Undercrush.
From the shotgun, Wilson. And he's taken down. Back at his own 7. Kenny Young came in there hard on the blitz and got him down 9 yards behind the line of scrimmage. After the sack, they'll come up now 3rd and long.
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised to see them run the ball here just to try and get some space.
No run call here. They'll look to throw instead. Going for Metcalf on the deep ball. And it's knocked away and incomplete. Right there on the coverage to knock that ball away was Mike Hughes. They were trying to liven up this playoff game very early on. Pretty deep throw, but good coverage.
I think they were counting on the defenders being a little tight, a little over-anxious early, and trying to catch them flat-footed and get a big play.
Good starting field position for them here as they come up 1st and 10 at their own 42. Now a first carry for Melvin Gordon. And able to work about 5 yards out of this as he's taken down up near the 47.
Despite the blitz, they're still able to pick up a nice solid gain. The disadvantage of blitzing often alters the normal spacing and run fits and leaves creases like they were able to exploit right there.
On second down now, it's Gordon, and very little running room there. He did get a couple up to the 49.
Well, we just saw a great example of what we talked about with his coach prior to the game. He's definitely one of the better linebackers at reading a play and flowing to make the stop before it turns into something big.
They'll try and run it. Here's Gordon. And they'll work this down to the 40-yard line. Tackled there. 10 yards, and it's good for a Viking first down. That's his longest run of the first quarter. And, Charles, we talked before the game about them needing to establish the run game. They'll be looking for more of that.
And they got to the perimeter. So that tells me that that's part of the game plan of what they want to get done today. So they'll have some complimentary runs where he'll run it to the inside. But it appears that when they want the big yardage, they think they can get to the outside and make it happen.
17 yards, first down, Vikings. Running game working, they'll stick with it on first down. And down inside the 15, shy of the 10. All runs on this drive so far. It's 1st and 10. Gordon. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. A 12-yard touchdown run. And they are able to strike first here on their opening drive. I think that's the dream start right there. The defense stands up on the opening drive, then they go right down the field and score.
It's a positive start for your offense and your defense. And when you're talking about playoff football, what a great way to get things going.
Everything is magnified and amped up a little bit more.
To put it mildly.
That'll be taken in the end zone.
The Seahawks take over. Let's go. At their own 25-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And on the first drive, 3 and out. I know that these are professional athletes, but I would imagine sometimes you get the nerves at the beginning of a game still, don't you?
Those don't ever go away. And typically what I've heard from guys and what I remember from playing, if you don't have nerves at the start of a game, it's not going to be a great day for you. You're not really ready to play. So finding a way to harness those nerves and not let them affect you in a negative way, that's what all the guys are looking for.
Now he's going to swing this one out to his running back. He'll be brought down on the 30-yard line after a gain of 6.
For a second there, I thought that might break big. Screen pass. Looked like it was coming together. Looked like there was an opening. Still, ended up with a solid game.
From the gun on 3rd down, Wilson. Able to find Harris, complete. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line.
First and 10 at the 42-yard line.
Now a first down carry for Harris. And he's got it across the midfield stripe and into Viking territory. Give him 9 on the carry that time, and they're set up with a 2nd and 1. First carry for Damian Harris, the Alabama man. And he's going to be taken down here with a penalty flag on the field. That's a good chunk of yardage. It's going to be canceled out.
And we always talk about hidden yardage in a game. That's going to count as that because now it doesn't go on the books, but now they have to make that up again, don't they?
Now Harris. And yet again, he stopped behind the line of scrimmage. Great job by this Vikings defense. He'll wind up losing a yard on the play, and that'll lead here to a 3rd down. From the gun, it's Wilson. He gets it complete to Harris. And he gets it down to the 48, enough for the first. At 5 yards on the play there, the drive will continue. From Viking territory now, they'll come up 1st and 10 at the 48-yard line. They run with Harris, and he is swallowed up right at the line of scrimmage. No gain on the play. It'll be 2nd down. Throwing on 2nd down. Wilson. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. His first catch of this wild card game, and it's good for a 1st down.
I got a kick out of that one, partner. You and I talk often about trying to hide receivers in certain situations, but a guy of his size, can't really hide him. But the tight end drag route, definitely an effective way to sneak him across the formation for an easy.
And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great play there. 37 yards as his guys are on the board here in this first quarter. Myers connects on the PAT, and we are tied at 7. So all even at 7 now as they kick it away. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll take it back to about the 19-yard line.
At their own 19-yard line.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And they had to wait a long time to get the football back. Probably not what you were hoping for when you got an offense that's humming.
Agreed. What you were looking for is the defense get the ball back pretty quickly, right? Hoping for a 3 and out. So that didn't happen. You can't yell at your D for that. They've got to take care of their own business and reestablish themselves now that they're back on the field.
These two teams all tied after 1. The Vikings with the football here to begin the second quarter as they are looking at a 2nd and 5 situation. On second down, they'll run with Gordon. And he is met quickly in the backfield. Down he goes, folded like a lawn chair. It'll be a loss of 1, and that'll make it third down. They'll look to throw here. Incomplete. He had his hands on it, but couldn't pick it. But it's now fourth down.
Not only was the call spot on, how about the execution of that defense right there? The zone was absolutely locked up tight. He was trying to force it in there on third down.
But if there's a time to force it, he felt like he needed to make a play, right?
Yeah, exactly right. Third down, you got to try and find something. There's nothing available there for him.
Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And that last drive was very, very balanced, pretty methodical. You think they go that route again?
I'm always of the school that until they stop me from doing something, I'm going to continue. And I think that that's exactly what they'll look to do. But the beauty is the balance that they've created sets up opportunities for big plays. Looks like a run, turn into a play action, and throw one deep.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's second and 3.
Check 4, check 4, check 3, check 3, check 3. Check 3, check 3, check 3, check 3. Check the backer, check the backer. Peek in. Bang out, fair. Shift.
They'll try the right side with Harris. And he'll bring it up here to right at the 40-yard line. 4 yards the pickup, first down.
So many teams want to throw the ball in this situation nowadays, but I love watching a team that has enough confidence to go ahead and run the football. In that situation, it's almost a tendency breaker.
They run on first down as they get about 3. Second and 7 forthcoming. Sean Dion Hamilton was there to bring him down defensively.
Touch 50. Check 49.
On second down, it's Harris, and he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it will go as a 1-yard loss, and that's going to lead to a third down. The Seahawks on third down. They've been okay, 2 for 3 thus far. This is 3rd and 8. Here's Wilson. Oh, he tries to get it to Metcalf, but it's intercepted. Picked up by Mike Hughes. And a super return as he gets us all the way down inside the 25-yard line.
Brandon, this is a veteran quarterback back there. He should know better than to make a throw like this. This is definitely not his best ball, and I think he knew this was trouble the second it was leaving his hand.
And he'll get it down this time to the 17. It's a 6-yard pickup, and it gets him to 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with a bandit.
And there is nowhere for him to cut back as he's taken down in the backfield. That'll be a loss of a yard, and it leads to a third down. They had great starting position to begin the drive, but now they look up at a 3rd and 5. They'll set up to throw. And the throw there going to be incomplete.
You hear the calls for a penalty, but I just don't think so. I think in this situation, the defender was making sure his guy couldn't hold on to the football. So I don't see anything that warranted a flag.
No, I'm with you. There was contact, but I'm happy they kept that flag in the back pocket. They got the interception, but very little movement after, and that forces him to settle for 3. And it does feel like settling when that happens, doesn't it?
It certainly does, but we got to give a lot of credit where it's due, and that's to the defense, because they ran onto the field. This is what we call sudden change, right? Interception, you got to go put out the fire, and they did, holding them to a field goal.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And following the interception, just any interception, are you a little bit more cautious when you start that next drive, or no, you just throw that out the window?
I think you are. I don't think that there's any way you can run back out there and go, totally didn't affect me. Let's just go ahead and be loose with the football again. You're going to take care of it, but you have to be careful about being too cautious, because now you can't run any offense at all.
Still want to attack. We'll see how they attack them here. This is Harris. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. A second down play results in a loss of 2 yards.
I know when I was a kid, I always got real excited when I saw those lateral-type runs. But the best backs that made it happen, they put a foot in the ground and just go. That didn't happen there. That play got swallowed up.
Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this second quarter. The Seahawks on third down. They've hit 2 for 4 thus far. This is third down and 12. A battle for it, and it's intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Eric Kendricks. Jennings was the one he was looking for.
So that's back-to-back drives where they've thrown an interception. Ordinarily, we look at the offense and say, what's going on with your scheme? Maybe we should look at the defense and just give them a whole lot of credit. They've got them frustrated right now.
On first down, nothing opening up really on the running play. Give him maybe a yard, and it'll be second down. Just a yard on the first down carry, so it's 2nd and 9. 2nd and 9 now. This for his running back, McCoy. And McCoy loses the football. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Coming up at the half, we remind you that we're going to do what we've done all year. We'll get you down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. Coach will have the lowdown of what's going on here in this wild card weekend as we begin the road to the upcoming Super Bowl. Looking for Godwin, and he's got him complete. And he doesn't quite make it, taking it within an eyelash. Dropped at the 1. They come out here in the eye. First and goal, Melvin Gordon. And he'll get in. Touchdown, Minnesota. Melvin Gordon with his 2nd touchdown here in this first half. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. And the kick makes it through, but flags come flying in as well. It appears we're going to get a roughing call tacked on. After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They find themselves down 17-7 as they start this drive, 1st and 10. And Wilson's going to be intercepted a 3rd time. Picked off by Mike Hughes.
You hear me laughing, partner, and I'm not laughing at the situation. But sometimes you just get yourself into a rut. It's hard to shake yourself out of it.
Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And for them, a touchdown their last go-around. Obviously, they'll be hoping to do that again.
And when you start plotting for this drive, when you start thinking to yourself, okay, what are we going to do? You don't go away from what you did before because that worked, but you have to be prepared for wrinkles and counters because you know they'll make some adjustments.
Following the pickup of 4, here's 2nd and 6.
Let's go, D.
2nd and 6. Looking deep now for McCoy. And that will be incomplete. Tried to dial up the long one way out there, but it'll be 3rd down.
And you just know when that play call came in, their eyes lit up because anytime you get a chance to take a big shot downfield, that's a lot of fun, and they missed an opportunity.
So after the 2nd down incompletion, they'll come up now against a 3rd and 6. Open man is Godwin. It's complete. The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as the clock stops here with 46 seconds remaining in the first half. So from the 36 now, 1st and 10. He'll drop to throw. Gets it to Gordon. Give him 2 yards on that play, and it's a 2nd down. Here's 2nd and 8. Well, he's going to let this go for the end zone. And this is caught. For the moment, it's a touchdown, but multiple flags down, so let's sort this out. Gano now to add the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll take this up past the 20 and down at the 22-yard line. Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here. Nowhere to escape, and he goes down. Kenny Young picks up his second sack of the afternoon. Now a timeout signaled for, and they'll get it with 10 seconds to go before halftime. Got to assume this defense will be charging again here. It's 2nd and 15. Throwing is Wilson. Looking deep for Jennings. And that will be incomplete. 4 ticks left here on the clock. Jennings was the one he was looking for. And that'll make it 3rd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. Final play of the half. It's Wilson looking deep for Julio. And that'll be incomplete. Well, they took their shot all right, but it comes up empty, and it's 4th down. So we come upon halftime here in this NFC wildcard matchup as we send you cross-country to Orlando. Jonathan Coachman is there and has our EA Sports halftime report. That's fielded in the end zone. And he'll wind up about 4 yards shy of where he would have been if he had taken a knee, as they'll start at the 21-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They built a good first-half lead. Now they have a chance to add on to it.
And what I'm thinking is that the offensive staff spent the entire halftime just working with them on, here's what we think they're going to do to attack us in the second half. Nice first half that we've had, guys, but be prepared for some change-ups. We're going to see them when we kick it off in the second half.
See how they handle any adjustments that might be made defensively. The run got 4. Now they deal with a 2nd and 6. They'll set up a throw. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down. So he can't hang on, and as I watch that unfold, I remembered an expression that I've heard, maybe from you, I don't know, but you're going to get hit anyways, might as well hold on to the ball.
Well, you know a coach said that, right? Yeah. Not an actual player. Not a chance at all. Way easier said than done.
And now here's a deep shot that's complete, and he takes it all the way down to the 28-yard line. So now then, the big play has him all the way inside the 30 now, 1st and 10. They'll give it to Gordon out of the shotgun. He'll be stopped short of the 25. The nice move couldn't free him. Give him maybe a yard, quite the opposite from the previous big gainer. He'll look to throw.
They tried a quick hitter inside, but that one will swap.
The ball popped in the air and intercepted. Picked off by the linebacker, Bobby Wagner. And a great return as he's up close to the 40-yard line. But they needed a break. They needed to make a play here in the 3rd quarter defensively. They did that. Now they got to go quickly and get some points on the board.
And the best part is that they made their own break. Taking the ball away. Now they just look at their offense and saying, guys,
let's go.
Come on, capitalize on this one.
That's going to go down as a loss of 5, and it brings up 3rd down. The false start backs him up 5, 1st and 15. On the ground, it's Harris. And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in, touchdown Seattle. A great effort there. His 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. They're able to close the gap just a bit. They go for just 1 here as it's up and good. And the lead down to 10, 24-14. That'll be taken in the end zone. And he'll bring it a few past the 20 to the 23-yard line. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And there are parts of their last drive they'd like to emulate. And, of course, they'd like to forget the inning, the interception. But they did put together, Charles, a nice sustained drive to get him down the field.
Yeah, and unfortunately for them, the only thing that matters is part two, right? Because once they threw the interception and finished off the drive, that does them no good to go back and say, well, you know, we had a good one going. Finish things off. That's the only way you can get it done.
On second down now, it's Gordon. He'll have a first down past the 40. The 40. Past the 20. And he will score. Touchdown, Vikings. Melvin Gordon saving his best for the playoffs with his third touchdown of the game. And the Vikings are going to widen that advantage. Gano for the extra point. And that'll make this a 3-score game as the lead moves to 17. Set now to kick this one away, and off it goes. This is fielded a couple yards deep. And he'll be brought down at the 23, make it the 24-yard line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. And they hit the home run last drive. One play on the ground all the way to the house. Now the defense, maybe they're expecting a run here.
Partner, I love your description because when we talk about hitting the home run, we're usually thinking about a passing play, aren't we? Something in the air, deep ball. But how about them just taking it big-time jaunt? Now if you're coming back out, now they've established this run game, the play-action pass could very well be open.
Now here's another carry for Harris. And he'll only get a yard to bring up 3rd and 1.
Doubling this guy has to be a priority before moving up to the next level because the big fella, he just ate that one alive, just stuffed it. In fact, before the game, he was talking to us, and he's like, hey, these pants make me look fat. And we said, nah, man, you're just a whole lot of guy.
He is well over 300 pounds. He's a big man.
And when you're playing a quarterback with some experience and some moxie, you enter the danger zone when you decide to blitz him because if he's able to diagnose as he did on that play, he can hurt you downfield.
He reads defenses so well, doesn't he?
He really does, and the best part about that play for him, I don't think that was his primary target.
I don't think so either.
I think he had the read, figured out where the blitz was coming from, and went to a secondary target for a really nice game.
On second down, this is Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. It'll be a loss of a yard, and they're going to face a 3rd down. From midfield now, here's Wilson. And he will not be able to hang on through the contact. It's incomplete. The coverage strong, and now it's 4th down. You can tell they were hoping for a flag there offensively. Several on the sideline motioning. Hey, why not a penalty? Why not a penalty? What did you see?
Yeah, I think you've got to let them play, and the officials are instructed. If there's contact coming from both sides, no flag. Let them fight it out.
And forces 4th down. Still just the 3rd quarter, but they've got to make something happen. I think they know that. They're going for it on 4th. Now they go for it on 4th down, but that pass is knocked away and incomplete. Boy, a curious decision to go for it. Doesn't pan out. And this defense will take over right at midfield. Good starting field position for them as they come up 1st and 10 right at the 50-yard line. They'll run it now out of the gun. A gain of 3, 2nd down.
3rd quarter and you've got the lead. You're not ready to go into that 4-minute offense to close the game out, but a running game can really benefit your team right now.
Mike 5-5. I'm coming after you. I'm coming after you.
They'll run it now out of the gun. 3 yards on the pickup. That's going to set up an interesting 3rd and about 4 to go. Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he's got his man out of the backfield. That's complete. And he will have a first down as they get him to the ground at the 37. Give him 7 yards on the play as they do pick up the 3rd down conversion. This quarterback now 5 straight completions here in this second half. 1st and 10. He'll look to throw. He's going to rifle one deep left side. That's going to be caught. And he'll get into the end zone. Touchdown, Minnesota. Chris Godwin with his 2nd touchdown of the afternoon. And the Vikings are going to wipe. Extra point try good by Gano. And the decision to just kick the extra point winds up successful. The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. This is fielded at the goal line. And he breaks it all the way out to the 38-yard line. Great return.
Let's go.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. And here we are almost through 3 quarters of play, and this passing game still has not really found any kind of rhythm.
Put it mildly, because they're not even over 100 yards yet. And in today's NFL, where it's a pass-first league, that is quite surprising. Not many teams patient enough to stick with the run. Everybody wants to advance the ball through the air. They've got to get their timing back.
14.
On 1st and 10, it's Wilson. This one into the hands of Metcalf. That's back-to-back plays of over 20 yards.
22 yards. And that's good for another Seahawks.
Back-to-back good plays have them on the move on 1st down. From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
It's 2nd down and 10.
After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. Now a give right side. Harris. And despite the fancy footwork we saw, they'll get to him just inside the 15. 1 quarter remains in this NFC wild card matchup. And that'll do it for the end of the 2nd quarter. This is the NFL, and it's on EA Sports. On 3rd down, Wilson. And this is going to be incomplete. Just nothing there again. He's been sacked multiple times. We've seen the interceptions, of course. He's really been through the ringer, hasn't he?
And what we've seen is a defense that's well coordinated. The front and the back really in sync. The front putting on the pressure. The backside being ball hawks and picking passes off.
They're already slim hopes are going to ride on this one. They'll go on 4th down. They'll try and throw for it with Wilson. It's caught by Jennings. And unable to break away, they stop him a few yards shy. The Seahawks go for it but can't convert. And the Vikings defense is going to get the football back. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. They are clicking on all cylinders. They seem to be just scoring at will right now, and that's why they've opened up this big lead.
Now we always talk about getting into the zone, and all athletes are seeking that, aren't they?
He's got a man complete. 20, 10, 5. Touchdown, Vikings. Chris Godwin saving his best for the playoffs with his 3rd touchdown of the game as his guys continue to pour it on. They talked about stringing together some explosive plays here in the playoffs. That was a pretty explosive play.
It certainly was. And if you're going to win on the road, it certainly helps to have big playability in your hip pocket, doesn't it?
And his kick is good, and flags fly as well. Some frustration showing through right now. This is going to be a roughing call. They're down here in the 4th, and that personal foul penalty is not going to help.
No, in these types of situations, players will tell you that's extra intensity. From where we sit, it's actually frustration, not a good play.
After the roughing penalty on the PAT, they'll kick off from 15 yards further upfield. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. Here's the Seattle offense ready to get this drive underway. They'll start the drive with Harris. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. They'll wind up losing 3 yards here. And that'll make this a 2nd and 13.
Good job right there. Good job right there. Watch the safety creep.
They stay on the ground. Again, it's Harris. And down he goes, but he takes it up to the 40. That one good for a first down pickup of 18 yards. It's been a remarkable day at the office for him running the football. Those yards just continue to pile well past 100.
And how about more than double-digit carries in the second half alone? That's what you want as a runner, because you've got to prove to your offensive line that you're going to be as tough as they are. They don't rotate in and out on every play. Running backs often do, so those who can stay out there with their offensive linemen, those are the guys they really value.
Now a give right side. It's Harris, and he will lose yardage back to the 34-yard line. It's a loss of a yard there, and now 2nd down.
I like the strategy. Extra tight ends, extra beef. They want to run the football, but that means they probably want to run it inside. If you get strung out on the perimeter, you're in peril.
Yeah, we saw the result, negative yardage. On 2nd down, it's Harris. There's a Seahawk injured on the play. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. The Seahawks on 3rd down. They've converted a third of their opportunities, 3 for 9. This is 3rd and 14. Going, and that's caught inside the 35. Give him 30 yards there. Defensively, I know they have the comfortable lead here in the 4th, but they do not want to give up big plays like that.
They want to finish strong. So oftentimes in this situation, you tighten up underneath in your coverage, and you bring your safeties back. They can pick up anything that leaks through. But in the meantime, upfield, you're making plays on the football.
Back-to-back plays of right around 30 yards, and the field position has totally been flipped. They'll run. Here's Harris. 5 yards, a good run there, and now 2nd and goal.
14, got it.
They'll try and run with Harris. And he's across the chalk into the end zone. Touchdown, Seahawks. Damian Harris taking it in. And the Seahawks are able to cut into that deficit. The PAT up and good, but hold on a second. There is a flag. Well, we looked at each other right away. We knew that flag was coming out.
And I always enjoy the conversation post, because officials always tell you, I don't want to throw the flag, but you caused the play. You did it. I had to.
And this one travels out of bounds, so unsuccessful there on the onside kick try. Here are the Vikings now to start their next drive. And last time the formula was pretty simple. One play drive, long pass. That maybe they just want to do that again, right?
And that's exactly how you want to draw things up. Whether it's on your grease board, right, in your playbook, one play drive is exactly what you want on offense. What they have to be careful of is not having a letdown. It was fairly easy last time. They can't expect that going forward.
And we'll see if it's that easy here. Line of scrimmage, the 31 now on 1st and 10. They'll look to throw. He's going to take a shot right away for the end zone. And that'll wind up incomplete. Try to give his man room to run under it, but it's 2nd down.
Finally, a good play there defensively on the deep ball. The secondary has had its struggles this entire game. Offensively, they've had their way with him. Bottom line, they want to keep this clock rolling, so they'll take that one right there. They just want to keep falling forward, and they want to put the onus on the big fellas up front in order to bring this one home.
And he picks up the first down yardage as he takes this one down to the 15. It goes as a gain of 8, and it moves the chains. Back to throw. And he's got it. And he couldn't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1.
Here we go.
So the Vikings in possession of the football as we get you reset. They've got it first and goal in a game that appears to have already been decided. They'll try and punch it in. Gordon. And they are going to score again. Yet another touchdown as they just add to their totals.
Look, we all know that sometimes we see upsets in the wild card round. But I have to tell you, in this case, I did not see that coming.
I don't think anyone in the stadium saw it coming. You and I were coming in before the game. There was a couple in front of us talking about travel plans for next weekend. They might want to cancel those.
Yeah, I would say so, because right now it's looking more and more like they're going to be one and done. They're probably trying to call the hotel, make sure they get their security deposit back.
And a good return as he'll be stopped just shy of the 30-yard line.
At their own 29-yard line.
Coming to the line here to begin their next drive, the Seahawks offense. They are just obviously getting shellacked here in this one, Charles. What's the message if you're a coach for this final drive in a lopsided game like this?
For a lot of coaches,
be honest,
don't forget today. Don't forget what has happened out here.
Yeah, use that as ammo going forward.
Exactly. Take a great look at that scoreboard. Realize how poorly everything went for us today. Coaching, playing, the whole deal. And never forget it, because
you're not going to want that feeling.
No, you don't want that feeling again. And who knows? You may meet up with this team again.
The Vikings going to signal for the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down. Now the Seahawks going to use the first of their timeouts as they'll talk it over here before what will be an important third down.
Fair. Get him. Hatchet. 36.
Out of the gun. Here's Wilson. It's caught. Jones. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. 10 yards and a Seattle first down. If you're going to blitz, likely going to leave you in man coverage with this guy, and that is less than ideal.
It is, because just about any offense that has an elite receiver, if you blitz and have him in man coverage, you're going to him, even if he has an elite defender on him, because he usually knows where the ball is before the defender does.
And they're going to get him behind the line yet again as his nightmare afternoon continues.
Second and 6 at the 45-yard line.
Move 15. Go 14. There we go. Hey. Check it out.
They'll keep it on the ground. Harris again. Give him 4 on the carry, and it'll make this a third and about 2.
2 straight 4-yard runs, and it is steadily working the ball downfield. To me, they're staying right on schedule. First down, you want 4 yards or more to set up the rest of the drive. They're getting exactly that.
Trying to pick it up on the ground with Harris. And he's got the first down yardage before he's brought down at the 42. They said beginning of the season they wanted to get past the wild card round. Well, they just got past the wild card round.
How about that, being able to put the big check marks up in the locker room, right? Get to the wild card game, check, got that done. Win a wild card game, big check. Now you've got to go ahead